Charlie, me as a Chelsea supporter, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all because you can't go to the Allianz Arena and go play football as if you're a Division 1 club. On what basis do you play football as if you are scared of Bayern Munich? On what basis? You see, you play against Bayern Munich, 10 man against 10 man. Why should you be scared of your balls? This is Chelsea, for Christ's sake. We've gone to the Allianz Arena, won the Champions League there in 2012. So why should we go there again and be scared to play football? Why should we be scared? Why should we be scared? Maresca, you've laid out the players in a 4-2-3-1 formation, and you've told them to be defensive. You've told them to be defensive. We've got to go down. We've got to go down by playing shambolically, by playing woeful football, and you still kept them in the defensive shape. You see, my problem with today's match, for God's sake, the players cannot play from the back. They were not able to play from the back. And for 90 minutes, they kept on committing errors upon errors, mistakes upon mistakes, and the coach kept quiet. Is this how to coach? In the Premier League, we've gotten away with it. In the Premier League, we tend most of the time to play from the back, which is fine. That is how you want to play. But you can't have the same system for every single match because the opposition is different. This is Bayern, for Christ's sake. This is Bayern, for Christ's sake. And for 90 minutes, almost all the goals that we considered were errors. All the goals that we considered, the first goal from Chalobah, an error. The second goal, an error from Moses Acedo. The third goal, an error again from Mario Gusto. Why? At the highest level, you excuse some mistakes, and the mistakes that we committed are schoolboy mistakes. We don't commit those mistakes in the highest level of the game. We do not. Because at the end of the day, you've lost the first match, 3-1. You were outplayed, you were outfought, you were outrun, you were outmuzzled, you were outgunned. So on what basis then are we spending billions in assembling the team for you, Maresca? Because at the end of the day, you ask yourself, you've gone to the Allianz Arena. What do you want? This is not a two-legged affair. This is a group match. You understand? I mean, you go out there and you play your normal football. You play because we've got goals in our team. We've got players who can score goals. We've got players with pace. And you see, at the end of the day, in our defensive shape, it alienated our attackers from the game because you saw Cole Palmer ineffective. You saw a Neto ineffective. You saw Joao Pedro ineffective. It is not their doing, but a tactical mismatch. Because at the end of the day, if you are in a defensive shape, how do you get the balls off to this trident? You can't get the balls to them, so they are going to be useless for 90 minutes. They were useless. And the coach kept to the same system. The coach kept to the same information. The coach kept to the same way of play for 90 minutes. Who does this? Who does this? A coach that led Burnley to relegation. A coach that led Burnley to relegation is beating you, Maresca. Treated and taught by who taught him? Who taught Maresca? Who taught Maresca? Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola. And then you see, let me be frank with you, okay? At the highest level, how Chelsea played against Bayern is how not to play football. If Burnley, if Nottingham Forest, if Everton were playing against Bayern and they played like this, fine, that is them, mid-level clubs. But if Chelsea, you go toe-to-toe with Bayern, this is not a Champions League finals where you say it's a one-off game where you are going there defensively, purposively to go win a Champions League finals. You understand? But this is a group game. This is a group game. You don't go out there and play as if you've got no balls. You need to have balls to win the Champions League. You need to have balls to play against Madrid. You need to have balls to play against the big hitters in the Champions League. And if you're going to play like this, scared with your hands in between your thighs, then we shouldn't have qualified to the Champions League altogether. We shouldn't. Is this how we're going to play? Is this how we're going to play the Champions League? 3-1. I don't have a problem with the scoreline. But the way and manner in which we played, the way and manner in which we cowered, the way and manner in which we kowtowed, the way and manner in which we left the initiative to Bayern. For 90 minutes, we never initiated anything. For 90 minutes, we were shambolic. For 90 minutes, we were outplayed. For 90 minutes, we did not know our locus and our focus in the game. This is not how to play football. Especially for a club like Chelsea. Especially for a club like Chelsea. We do not play football like this. And to Enzo Maresca, you think you are still in the honeymoon period? No. Chelsea has to win trophies. And meaningful trophies, not the Club World Cup. That is a glorified World Cup. You understand? We need to be winning the Champions League. We need to be winning the EPL. And if this is how we are going to be playing, if this is how we are going to be playing against the big boys, then there's no essence, there's no need for us to even start matches with them. Sunday is coming, we are going to play against Manchester United. The worst team in the whole world. The worst team in the whole world. And then you go and play like this. At least you just score Manchester United like 5. Then you can appease us. You can appease us. But on the totality of play against Bayern, Mr. Maresca, I am sorry. I am woefully sorry. You were inadequate in thought. You were inadequate in tactical awareness. You were inadequate in every facet of the game because you were beaten to every facet of the game. Every department of the game. You were beaten by a coach that led Burnley to relegation. That is who beat you today. That is who beat you today. But at the end of the day, we have subsequent matches to correct our mistakes. And I just pray and hope that our next matches, no matter the opposition, we should not go to, we should not be in the defensive shift because we've got quality, we've got attacking players who can play against every single opposition, any single opposition, and get goals. And get goals. If you are not happy with how we played today, put your comments out there, subscribe for our next edition. Thank you.